Fire conditions are going to get worse tomorrow. Will be drier and windier. Today, they're mostly towards Fremont County, Pueblo County, south towards Walsenburg and Trinidad, and into Alamosa and the San Luis Valley. And these will be in place for another couple of hours until 8 o'clock this evening. The wind has been periodically gusty. We're at 32-mile-per-hour wind gusts most recently in Walsenburg, 29 Colorado City, 37 in Colorado Springs. Our humidity has kind of been borderline. We need 15% or less for a red flag warning. Some spots are meeting that, like in Pueblo right now in Colorado City, as well as Canyon City, just 1% above that. Now, something interesting today is that there have been a few showers and thunderstorms, but there is a concern that any lightning could potentially start a fire, and because we're so dry at the surface, some of that moisture is going to evaporate before hitting the ground. So just be mindful, and if you do see smoke coming from where you just saw lightning strike, please call 911. These scattered showers are just a result of the extra energy we have from the jet stream right now. They'll be gradually moving on through the rest of the evening, and then they'll dissipate by 9-10 o'clock. And our temperatures have been very warm today, 60s to 80s right now. Tonight, staying mild, 30s, 40s, even a couple low 50s. Allison. Alex, typically the second snowiest month in Colorado, and that trend lives up to its name by the end of the week. I have a first look at expected snow totals next. So we are weather alert today for the risk of fast-moving fires that may develop, and that's the case for tomorrow as well. In fact, the fire conditions are going to be worse tomorrow. We have a red flag warning in effect now until 8 o'clock for the areas you see highlighted in red. These become more widespread on Thursday. Pretty much the entirety of the daytime is going to be covered by these red flag warnings, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And we are going to see humidity tomorrow dropping less than 10%. Today, it's hovering more around 15%. Wind gusts today have been around 20 to 35 miles per hour, isolated gusts up to 40. And those winds will ease up this evening, but they'll quickly pick up again tomorrow morning, especially in our southern gap flow regions between Levita and Walsenburg. By Thursday morning, we're already seeing gusts around 30 to 40 miles per hour, and then by Thursday afternoon, we're gusting 40 to 50, isolated gusts up to 60. So it's going to be a very windy day tomorrow, and if any grass fires do start, they will spread quickly with this wind. Now, we also have a risk of some damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, so we do have a high wind watch as well for Thursday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So then our weather pattern totally changes. This is actually kind of a typical 3-day outlook for a spring storm. We have the strong jet stream coming ahead of a low pressure. So initially we're windy and warm, and then we get the moisture and the cool down. So we have a chance of a wintry mix and accumulating snow by Friday into Saturday. So we do have some winter alerts that have been posted. Winter storm watches in blue. This is where we expect to see the highest impacts. Now, I can't rule out a winter weather advisory for our mountain valleys or I-25, but it's our mountain zones that have the highest certainty right now of seeing some pretty high impacts to travel. So cold front that arrives Thursday night into Friday morning, and some showers will follow in behind it. Depending on when these showers start, kind of depends on the precipitation type, because Friday's highs will be above freezing. So we will have a mix of rain and green and blue snow during the afternoon on Friday. But in our mountain zones, it'll probably just start as snow and stay as snow. Then through Friday night, we'll see that full changeover to snow across the region. We'll really get our accumulation on Friday night. And then snow showers wrap up on Saturday. When do they wrap up? Either the early afternoon or later afternoon. There's still a little bit of uncertainty there. Now, I have taken a first look at expected snow totals. Now, the exact track of this storm is still uncertain, so I am likely to change these a little. Heat before we see widespread greening up of our plants, we have fire danger. So that's just kind of how it goes here in Colorado. So we have red flag warnings in place today until 8 o'clock, so another hour and a half. And today our conditions have been very warm. Our high was 77 and the Springs average high is 61. Did not break the record, but a few degrees within that range. We were just 1 degree shy of tying the record in Pueblo today. The high was 84. The record still stands at 85. So it's been very warm, 60s to 80s across the region right now. And our humidity is pretty low, especially in the spots where we do have the red flag warning. It's 12% humidity right now in Pueblo, 16% in Trinidad. So our wind has been periodically gusty today, especially if you actually have seen some shower activity. Evaporating rain will sink quicker because it cools down, and then we get a burst of wind. So right now our wind gusts are up to 43 miles per hour in Colorado Springs, and that's because we do have a few showers in the region, but look how quickly they're just shrinking in size. They're just really losing their moisture. But these lightning strikes we have today actually pose a risk of starting grass fires. So that's something to keep in mind. Any showers that linger here for the rest of the day should dissipate by 9-10 o'clock. And this is just some minimal shower energy. I'm tracking much more moisture on the way for Friday and Saturday. I'll have the details. So we are weather alert for about another hour for this evening, but our red flag warnings will become much more widespread tomorrow. So just a few of them today. A lot of red flag warnings for Thursday. Thursday is likely the most critical day for fast-moving wildfires if they do start. So please do your part. Don't create any sparks outside if you can help it, and no outdoor burning on Thursday. Our red flag warnings will be in place from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And the wind this evening is going to slowly decrease, but then tomorrow it's going to pick back up early on. Here's 10 a.m. We're already gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour in the mountains. And then during the afternoon, we'll see pretty frequent 45 to 55 mile per hour gusts up to as high as 60 miles per hour. That wind coming out of the west-southwest, downsloping off the mountains. We're going to be hot and very dry, humidity less than 10%. So very high fire danger Thursday. And with the potential of those 60 mile per hour wind gusts, that could potentially do some damage. So there is a high wind watch in effect for Alamosa, Walsenburg, and Trinidad tomorrow as well. And then comes our changes. This is actually a very common 3-day setup for spring. We have a strong jet stream one day with heat and fire danger. Then the area of low pressure comes in behind that jet stream, and then we're cooler and we have snow showers, and that's going to be the case here for us by the end of the week. There's already winter weather advisories posted in purple for the mountains for Friday to Saturday. In our area, we have winter storm watches that have been posted. These could potentially be upgraded to winter storm warnings in the mountains, and those are generally going to be above about 8 to 9,000 feet in elevation for Friday to Saturday. So through the futurecast now, Thursday night into Friday morning, cold front arrives. Then we'll start to see showers filling in behind it. Showers will become more widespread on Friday afternoon, and we are likely to see a mix of both rain and snow. That rain-snow line Friday afternoon, about 6,000 feet in elevation, and then it will fall overnight, and most of the region who sees precipitation Friday night will see it as snowfall. We'll likely still see snow early on Saturday, but it should come to an end by Saturday afternoon. The exact timing of when it ends is still definitely uncertain at this point. There's still a lot of discrepancy between forecast models, but I do want to help you plan for this weekend. So here's a first